I can't believe they did that. What? What?
Well, the guy said these guys have the best beer if they brewed another good batch this winter.
But do they have mead?
We're going to find out. Well, I'm hoping that they had a good winter.
Yes.
Brewed lots of good brew. Collect lots of gold from their parishioners.
Absolutely. More stuff.
Yeah.
It's ours anyway.
And we'll pick a few of the healthier ones, take them back for farm help.
Absolutely. Slaves. Ha.
The only problem with monasteries is there ain't no girls.
Woo. Yeah. So, you want to have a Viking event. Oh man, what a lot of work, but oh, is it ever worth it? First thing off, you have to have insurance. There's nothing like calling ABC Insurance Company and saying, hi, I need to talk to someone about insurance for my Viking reenactment hobby group. What? Yeah, you've seen us at Viking events throwing or hitting each other with metal weapons? Oh, no, that's not, it just looks good. It's not really that.
They're acting props, they're not weapons.
We've got to have insurance, liability insurance, because while stuff absolutely rarely happens to anyone, stuff does happen the odd time when you get somebody who missteps or whatever, but we do a lot of training to make sure that we are safe. And it's more that we're worried about people doing weird things who aren't part of our group. We want to make sure they're covered.
Getting insurance, I found the smartest thing to do was to ask other event organizers who they used. And sure enough, we found a good agent who specializes in live entertainment coverage. And she was much easier to deal with than the average insurance agent who just stares at you with blank eyes.
Has anybody gotten hurt at one of these events though?
Not one of the ones that we've run. We have heard of some of our friends in other cities across the country and in England having the odd incident. So far our batting average is 1,000. Nobody's ever gotten bumped at one of ours.
And often what happens with injuries is it's a pre-existing condition that has caused someone to hurt themselves. For instance, a bum knee. Oh, my knee went out. So it's not where somebody is actually injured by anything we are doing, especially the public. The safety measures we've got under our belt, nothing happens to the public.
Yep, all of our actors train for many, many months on how to execute all of those hits safely without injuring the public around them or the other person, while still making it look like violence, even though it's just a game of tag. We also do things like a spear's width of distance between two rope outlines around the fight area so that no member of the audience can lean in and get clocked by a swinging weapon. They're kept a safe distance away by barriers. If the space doesn't allow us to have barriers, we'll use some of our spare actors who don't have anything to do as spotters to warn the public to keep back.
So how many insurance companies have you guys gone through though? Like, do they look at you weird when you say we're Vikings, can you insure us?
Yes, they absolutely do.
We're
on our third right now.
But it's not through
anything that we've done. It's been, the changes have been because of Viking politics. Which groups are willing to work with which organizations changes who we ask to insure us. We've never had a problem from our broker or their insurance company backers Nobody's ever asked us to move along or to change policies or anything like that. Any changes that have happened have been on us because we've changed our circumstances.
Yeah, and the other thing is cost. You know, you go with what your group can afford. So you're gonna shop around, and 1 year it may be a really good event and good costs, and then the next year the costs go up within the insurance company and it's passed on to us, and it's like, whoa, that's crazy. So you go with a different one.
So ballpark, what are you gonna have to pay for insurance? How much coverage can you get?
We're usually looking for $5 million worth of third-party liability. That's what the plaintiff who's suing us for damages can go up to. That's usually industry standard for this kind of thing. And spread out over several groups in several cities across about 100 actors, it usually works out to between $30 to $40 a person.
And we're lucky enough, the insurance company that we have right now does not only liability for other people, but for us, as well as any equipment or stuff. So if somebody picks up something and walks off with it, we're actually insured for the replacement value of that item. So we're covered 6 ways to Sunday.
So is it actually called Viking insurance that you buy, or?
No.
I wish. But
It's entertainment event insurance. It depends if the festival you're participating in, if you're just a participant or if you're responsible for the overall event in its entirety. If it's your event, then you've got hoops to jump through to get the entire event covered, not just your Viking actors. Then you've got to look at any street vendors and food trucks and things like that, and they all have to either come in carrying their own insurance, or you have to charge them extra to get them in under your policy. And then you've got things like fire marshals need to know if there's any risk of fire, or any cook fires, if they're being handled safely and are at safe distances from other flammable objects. Then you've got safety concerns. You have to come up with an emergency response plan, know how the ambulances can get in and out if somebody has to call one, where they're going, if you've got people on staff who are first aid certified who can look after basic care, those kinds of things.
And most of all, it's best to let the police department know that this kind of event is going on, so that when people phone them saying, there's people whacking each other, I think there's a fight going on, they've got weapons, has happened, they can say, don't worry, it's just a show.
People have actually called cops
Yes.
on Vikings?
Yes, we have actually been called. We were practicing for a show. We were going to do a reenactment of a woman screaming because her husband was going to be killed. And she did such a good job screaming. Somebody called the cops, and they actually came out to ask us what was going on. And it's like, we're taping a film.
So you guys are dressed like Vikings?
Oh, yeah.
And the cops came and said,
Yeah.
hey, what's going on?
Yes. It's happened. And then when they found out what was going on, they laughed and stayed and watched.
Did you offer them Viking donuts?
I would have if I had them.
Okay, one last thing. So
Yeah.
I need you to look in the camera, and I want you to say, if you want to know what Vikings ate, or talk about the cook show really quick,
Yep.
and say, click on the link in the description of the video.
Okay. And if you want to find out what Vikings ate, please click on the link below in the comments, and you can see Caitlin's kitchen.
Okay, one more time. But
Yeah.
we want you to say, click the link in the
Description.
Not in
Yep.
the comments.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to find out what Vikings ate, see Caitlin's Kitchen. Click in the link in the description below. Click the link in the description below.
One more time.
Yeah.
No, click the link in the description below. Say that one more
Okay.
time.
Click the link in the description below.
What would a Viking say? How do Vikings say that?
With a very bad Northern European accent.
Click the link
And we
in
suck.
the
We both suck at it.
Click the link in the Viking. No. Click the link in the description below. If you need to use a spare, do it.
And you know, we went that entire distance without any jokes about sheep. That's usually the commentary we make is, you know, accuse each other of not being manly enough, and, you know, you'd walk a mile for a camel, you really should give women a try.